Hi, I'm Roger, lead AP, the expert plumber, and as you can see, tech happens. This is the special Getting Into the Trades program edition, and I'm excited about it. Today, we actually launch Getting Into the Trades. Now, Getting Into the Trades is a digital course, but first of all, I want to welcome everybody to the live. I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, and what I'm doing is I teach people how to get into the trades. I teach people how to get better at the trades. I teach people how to start their own company and how to use the power of social media to GROW their business. Anyway, I've got people that want to get in the trades. I got people that are in the trades, people that have started their own company, and people that are actually growing with social media like I teach. So we are here today to talk about the trades, getting into the trades, how hard it is, the things you need to know, the things you need to do. We have already got a lot of people in here, and I love that. And I'm going to refresh my questions. I know that we have links in here to ask questions. We also have a link in here to the Getting Into the Trades. Man, I got to tell you, I've been working on this for a while, and this is something I am really excited about. Anyway, so I'm going to jump in here into the chat real quick just to see who all's in the house. Let me see. We have Aurora Thompson. Ooh, live in 18 hours. I guess that's you, not me. I love it. No, 8:46 p.m. last night. Man, you got to love somebody that gets in that early. Groovy Cow 101, John 3:16. Amen. I love it. There's the link to the Getting Into the Trades. Get now. I love it. Mohammed Bonura, how are you doing today? Good to have you in here. Very interested to come to the U.S. and work as a plumber. You need help. Man, first of all, you need to learn the right things to do. And that's exactly why I do what I do. David James says he's a plumber's apprentice. Man, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. I love it. You got to love it. My brother, Mr. Sean Strong. And those of y'all that have not seen the picture of Stone Cold Sean Strong and Hulk Roger, you need to check it out over on the subreddit. It's pretty cool. Thought I'd check it out. Man, I love that. How you doing? Yes, I'm 1 minute late. I mean, come on, really? I was standing here trying to get my cameras right, trying to make your world better. David James, come on, man, help a brother out. Joseph, how are you doing? Good to have you in here. Joseph has a question about PEX B, and I believe Liz has a question link in here. Liz, if you would, please put that in here. If you don't have it in here, will you put it in here? We're answering questions out of the form. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth from the form over to the chat. Any way it is, man, if you got a question, drop it in there. I will try to get to it. VTPCS, how are you doing? Joseph says, let's go, gents. I don't know if you're in the right channel. Don't know how many gents there are here, but there may be a few. I jumped on the sound quick. David, thank you. To quote the great late Macho Man Randy Savage, oh, yeah. I love it. Okay, I got the sound quick. How we doing? Mari, what's up? Conquer the world. Conquer the world. Man, I love that. That is cool. Electrical apprentice and residential here. Look, here's what's cool. And I want to tell you this because I have literally for the last 10 days, I've been speaking at two different mastermind. I had 2 days of plumbing training. I had another day literally working on my presentations. I actually spoke to a room full of speakers, spoke to a virtual event with thousands of speakers. And I got to tell you, man, I think what we're doing is amazing. I'm really happy about it. I'm going to jump over here and open YouTube on a whole nother channel just to see what's happening. I just want to make sure that everything looks like it's coming through as good as it is from where I'm at. Because from where I'm at, it looks pretty good. But you never know. Yep, looks good. Sound is off. I got live chat in here going on. So I can see what's happening live. I can see everything over here. And Liz did put a link in there. Liz, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I love this. Josh PH says, hey, man, it's my favorite plumber. I'm assuming he's talking about me, not Sean Strong, because he's in here too, but you never know. Much love to Sean Strong. Conquer the World says, hey, Virgil, yes, you are right, man. We're back. As y'all know, last week I was up in Montana speaking at an event. Actually, was flying. I was in the air right now a week ago. Glad to be here, though. I'm going to pop this up right here, see if my keyboard works. And it does. So I can pull this one over here, put that up. So, man, we are looking good. All right. And this is just so I have my live right there. Why did that one come up? Well, I pulled the wrong one over. See? That's why we do what we do. All right. So I lost my questions, just so y'all know. And I don't have an escape plan. So I will figure this out here in just a minute. Hey, it is what it is. So anyway, Virgil, just so you know, since you're the one who set this up, let me know where to go in here. You know what? I bet I can. Maybe I can. Oh, well, you know what? We are having a good time. I'm going to finish that and shut that down. So I'm going to come right back in here. I hope I didn't just get completely out of YouTube. How's everybody doing? Here we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. See, I knew it. We could make this work. All right, back into the comments. Whew. And I thought I'd just kick myself out of here. But you know what? I've done worse, so I'm not even going to complain about it. Sorry for the name. Conquer the World. No, man, I love that name. That is cool. I love stuff like that. See, I want to conquer the world too. So, brother, I'm right there with you. How hard is it to be an electrician? Okay, so Bryce, and man, I love that question because here's what I want to talk about right now. And I've had so many people asking me because Liz, and I think there's a link at the top. Please tell me yes or no if there is or is not. Let me see where I'm at. Maybe that's the YouTube that I closed down that messed things up. I'm gonna close that one. Yep. I need to go back into YouTube. Found them. See, check me out, man. I knew that I would get this going on. Virgil, I don't need you. I'm good, brother. Got questions on the left. I got YouTube on the right. Man, I could write a song like that. Here's the deal. And I want y'all to get this and think about it because the getting into the trades program is not me teaching you the trades. What it is it is me teaching you how to become the best tradesman you can be. And to me, that is the biggest part. I don't want to teach you to put pipe together, pull wire, hang duct, anything like that, test systems. The getting into the trades program is about what can you do to put yourself in a position to make more money. And that's really a big question because I get asked all the time, Roger, how do I become a good plumber? How do I become a great electrician? How do I do this? How do I do that? And the bad thing is, a lot of people don't want to do it. So we put together a course to teach people how to get in the trades, how to figure out what trade is right for them. Sorry, I'm looking down. How to teach people what trade is right for them, and then the steps that they need to do to get in it, to become the best apprentice they can be, to actually move up and become a great journeyman, and then how to move up from there. So that's why we do what we do. Joseph says, and people don't complain if he's a minute late, he's got a hard life. Man, you know what? I got to tell you, I say I have a hard life, but man, I love what I do. I literally, a week ago Thursday, I flew to Montana to speak at an event up there. It was amazing. If y'all really want to grow, if you really want to get in like a mastermind group that will help you, I highly recommend 365 Driven, how to be driven 365 days a year, all year long. And the people that I met there blew me away. Then I finished there on Monday, flew back to Dallas, actually went to training for the plumbing company. It's operations manager sales training. Went to check that out. That was actually pretty good. Those of y'all that know me know I'm in a nationwide organization that helps plumbers, roofers, electricians, all kinds of people. Really, really good. I like it. I love it. And I need to get more of it. The fun thing is, though, I love learning. Well, then I walked in Wednesday night when it was over, literally went home, packed, came by the office, did an interview. Y'all know I'm looking for a journeyman plumber, journeyman master, I don't care. I'm looking for a plumber that knows residential service, can come in here and kick it in the butt. And then as soon as the interview was done, I headed downtown Dallas to the Fairmont, locked myself in the Fairmont for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I was asked to go down and speak at a conference for speakers. Anybody that wants to get on stages and learn how to speak, I highly recommend Advance Your Reach. And I got to tell you, man, I'm living the dream. So, Joseph, don't think I've got a hard life. It's hard because I stay busy and I run, but man, I love what I do. And Mac McDonough, as always, yes, I am the Mr. Miyagi of plumbing. Thank you so much. Wax on, wax off. Get them going. There you go. And here's the thing. And really, I mean, go back and think about that. And Matt, I like that. If you have systems and processes to teach you the things you need to know to get you in the right position, would you do it? Because that is literally what I talk about. It's like, what are you doing to better yourself? Because we can all sit back and look, I've done it. I've sat back and said, oh man, look, they didn't give me an opportunity. They didn't even let me interview. They didn't give me a raise. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. They. There's only one person to talk to. There's only one person in charge of your future. And it ain't me. It's not they. It's not them. It's you. And man, if you want to learn what you need to learn to improve your life, to put yourself in a better position. Those of y'all that have been here before, you hear me talk all the time about learn your way up. I don't care what position you're in, what job you have, what economic standard you're living in. It is up to you to learn your way up. It is up to you to say, look, I want to do better. And you can do it. I'm going to climb off my soapbox for just a little bit. Subnautic Gamer, I don't guess I saw any of your posts, but Nightbot says stop. I suggest you do. Sean Strong says he was talking about Drain Addict. Okay, I love it. Oh, now he says Roger Wakefield. So Sean, who's he talking about now? I want you to be clear with me, brother. Matter of fact, Sean, are you available for LinkedIn Live tomorrow? Just gonna throw that out there. Hope you're doing great, Snake. I am doing fine. Man, I love this guy, Mr. Dustin DeWeese. Brother, me and you need to talk because I've got my HVAC license. I can tell you how to do it. I can tell you how to massage the system to make it work in your favor. And y'all, I'll tell you what, y'all need to check. Dustin, if you will, put the link in here to your Facebook group. If you don't have that, text it to me. Guys, Texas plumbers and plumbers in general. And I know that Ricky has Texas Plumbers. No, maybe it is yours. God, put the link in here to your Facebook group, Dustin. And guys, I've talked about it before, but this guy's Facebook group is phenomenal. Amelia makes great swag. And you know what, Dustin, some of those hats or something look great back here on my shelf. Anyway, I can show you how to do that. Mr. John Cervantes says, Bryce, electrical work is difficult sometimes, easy sometimes. Try it out. Worst thing that can happen is you can say you tried. I went residential to commercial, back to residential. Give it a try. And John, I love that flow path because I started out doing commercial. I started out doing commercial remodel. And man, I loved it. It was like, wow, you can, Lori, add on to a building, change stuff around, cut a hole in a wall here, run a pipe through and do this and that. And I got to tell you, I loved it. I've done all of it since then. And that's why I thought, man, look, I would be a great person to help teach people how to get into the trades because I've done residential, I've done commercial, I've done service, I've done new construction, I've done non-union and union and non-union again. I've done hospitals, I've done industrial. I've done a little bit of all of it. And man, I got to tell you, I love plumbing. people laugh at me because they're like, wait, you really you love plumbing? And it's like, as a matter of fact, I do. I love what I do. I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about it. And I think anybody who gets in the trades, gets into the right trade, can be just as passionate about what they do. It really is a big deal. So, John, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I love that mindset. Look, get in and try it. Worst thing you can say is, I tried. Best way to build trust with customers. Now, Vlad, number one, how are you doing? Good to have you in here. And I am jumping over in here just to see if I have any questions in here. I don't even know if we've got a link in the top. I know that we were going to put one in there. I know Liz put a comment in, how to get in to ask questions. Please do. The best way to build trust with customers, man, and I know this will blow a lot of people's mind. It's very easy. Be honest. Look at a customer and explain to a customer. When I approach a customer, one of the big deals to me is I want to tell them, look, my number one job right now is to take care of you, is to make sure you're happy. That's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the people at the office. I'm not worried about the other plumbers. I'm not worried about anything going on. My job right here, right now, is to make sure that you are happy, you're satisfied, and you get what you need. And I got to tell you, Vlad, if you walk in with that mindset, you're always going to do what's right. I tell my plumbers, take care of every customer we have like it's your mother or your grandmother. And if you'll do that, you'll never do a customer wrong. Because if we take care of everybody like we take care of our families, it's a big deal. Sean Strong, you got anything other to say? I also saw that we had Steve Arloa in here. I don't know where it went. You're hiding way up towards the top now, brother. Steve, if you're still in here, what do you think? Just curious. All right, Justice says, sorry, Viega Manablock. 9 p.m. Got to go. Have a good night, Roger. Conquer the world. Where are you? Just curious. I'm definitely good night. Man, let me know where you're at. Okay. Ben Gist, I'm going to get to you in 1 second. I'm trying to catch up on my chat, but I'm going to get to you in a second. I like that. Bob Buck says, what information do you supply? I teach people about the different trades. I teach them about the mindset. I teach them things to learn to help move them along. I do not teach the trade. I'm not going to teach you how to solder pipe. I've got another course for that. I'm not going to teach you how to solder pipe, how to put pipe together. I'm not going to teach you to be a plumber, an electrician, an HVAC tech, or a roofer. What I'm going to do is teach you how to be the best you can be, to put yourself in a position to make more money, to put yourself in a position to be a foreman, a superintendent, a project manager, a plumbing company owner. What do you need to know to put yourself in that position? And that's what I'm wanting to do, is teach people how to be the best them they can be. Because if you'll do that, you're going to love the trades. Sean says to Virgil, good morning. Happy Monday, man. Isn't that the truth? Starting salary for apprentices in my area, Dadamas, it is actually about anywhere from, and I'm thinking open shop too, so I'm trying to hit the whole gamut. I'm gonna say $13 to $17 an hour is probably really good. So I mean, think about it, guys. That's $26,000 to $34,000 a year. That's not a bad place to start. Am I looking to hire any foreign plumbers? Marius, I'll tell you what. If you're a residential service plumber and you're looking for a job, reach out, call the plumbing company office, reach out to Amber. We're always looking for plumbers, especially that understand residential service. We're looking for plumbers that, man, do it right, that want to grow. I want the best plumbers in the world. I don't want just some guy that comes in and says, hey, look, man, I can sell $1 million a year. You know what? I got rid of that guy and was glad to see him go. My thing is, I want people in here that want to take care of their customers. They're into it wholeheartedly. And that's the kind of plumbers, that's the kind of tradespeople I'm trying to train into to get into the trades. That way they understand it. They can put themselves in a position to do great. Okay, now I like this. Steve says, the state of Texas gave trade schools $3 to $5 million to recruit people into the trades. I applied to a school and got accepted, paid by the state. I love it. Landed a plumbing job, started last week. So Steve, man, number one, I love that. Number two, I actually talked to Lisa Hill last week about the new licenses or the new laws that were voted in. There was a bill before the House written by, man, and I can't think of his name right now, and I feel bad, Mark Schaefer. And I actually reached out to his office. They're trying to set it up where high schools can actually train people and they get hours for it. And I mean, literally the original writing of the bill said that basically when kids got out of high school, they could be a tradesman. I think that's phenomenal with the right training and with them getting on the job training on the weekends, after hours, holidays, whenever they can work to come in and get hours. I love that idea. That was good. Cold water. And Amber, make a note. We need a refrigerator up here with an ice maker in it because I need ice water. John Cervantes says we need more younger people in the trades. I believe that for every 5 that retire, 1 joins. John, I'm just going to tell you your numbers are off. I've been doing research to help put this together. For every 10 people that retire, only 4 are getting in. And that's why, and guys, look, mark my words, I've been saying this for years. 5 years from now, plumbers will be making $100 an hour. And that's the plumbers that work for me. And that means as a plumbing company owner, I'm going to have to jack my price up in order to afford him. So if you really want to make a future for yourself, get started in the trades now. 5 years from now, dude, you will be rocking the world. And that's why I'm releasing everything the way I'm doing it. Mike says, how do I dress for my plumbing apprenticeship interview or apprenticeship? Look, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And this is part of my training. So, man, I'm going to throw this out here right now. If you want to be the foreman, the superintendent, the lead man, how do they dress? Do they come in jeans that are holey and ratty and ragged t-shirts and, smelling like smoke and not brushing their hair and not brushing their teeth and just show up, man, let me tell you about the night I had last night. I hate to tell you, nobody wants to hear about it. We were at home in bed getting ready for work the next day, understanding what we've got to do. So what I'll tell you, Mike, is dress like a professional. You see what I'm wearing? I've been wearing this for years. When I worked for other companies, I had start shirts that I tucked in at the time. I don't do that no more. But wear nice jeans. Look, mine are starched. I wear starched jeans every day of my life. You don't have to. But what I'll recommend is look good. Dress for the part that you want. Look like you want to be here and make it happen. And man, I say we got boneheads in here. Well, they went away quick. Man, I love my moderators. I love it. You guys are amazing. Number one, thank you very much. I appreciate what you do. That'd be Austin, Liz, Virgil, Grayson, Amber. I think Sean Strong's the moderator. Julie, and there's a lot of moderators. So I appreciate that. And it jumped on me again. So man, now I got to scroll all the friggin' way back up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this one right here. I do have a super chat, and I love this. So Ben Gist, number one, yes, we have rivalries with every other trade. Sean Strong, plumbers are number one. Am I right or wrong? Everybody who says plumbers are number one, just put a number one in there. Man, here's what I got to tell you. Look. Okay, yeah, that Roger Wakefield ain't me, y'all, just so you know. Sorry. But I can put in. Plumbers to me are the best. But that's because that's what I am. And Ben, we do have a rivalry. We talk trash. Okay, Austin Brooks, no, they're not. I'm sorry. I happen to look down here in the live chat. Austin Brooks, you are wrong. Matter of fact, let me kick him. No, I'm joking. Here's the deal. We do have a rivalry. We talk trash against each other. Austin Brooks, I'm never going to forget your name or write it down. Man, we do. We talk trash. We have fun. But I tell you what, we all respect each other. And my thing is, look, I love the roofers, love the electricians, love the HVAC techs, and I've worked with all of them. I did a remodel in downtown Dallas. I had I had plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, HVAC techs, and electricians on my job. And look, love them all. But I give them all a hard time. And we do it for a reason. So yes, Ben Gibbs, number one, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. But yeah, we do. We have rivalries, but man, it's not mean. It's not hateful. We still, oh my God, Joey Z, you're drinking. How could you even think that fitters are the guys? Water goes through it, therefore it's plumbing, and therefore we are the gods. Just saying. At least we're the best. And see, Ben, that's what I mean. It's all fun and games. Plumbers are number one, and we're responsible for number two. So, I mean, I'm just saying it works that way. Daniel, hello from England. Daniel Whitfield, how are you? Welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you here. Number one, and man, look, I'm excited about today. So as y'all see, I'm kind of pumped up. I'm fired up. I'm excited. We are actually releasing the Get Into the Trade Talks today. And actually it just released like 30 minutes ago when we started this. So man, I am so stoked about it and happy about it. It is wonderful. I like that. Sean says, I might be available for LinkedIn Live tomorrow. Supposed to install a couple of wall hydrants in the morning. So you might have your hands full. Well, you may have both hands full, but it happens. And if you do, that's fine. Julie's going to be out of town a lot coming up. So I thought, man, that would be a great time to invite you, Cruz, Mark, different people in, get them into the live stream on LinkedIn, see how that goes. Eventually, I want to get people in here on the live streams on YouTube. So looking forward to it. And Joey Z, you are wrong. I mean, I'm going to be nice to you, but you're wrong. Jaybird Chopper says, whatever happened to the clear pipe demonstration of backflow on the Texas Journeyman test? Best demonstration ever. Wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it. No, number one, Jaybird Chopper, here's what I want you to do, if you will. Contact the Texas State Board of Plumbing examiners and say, I wish y'all would let Roger come video that. That is amazing, because I agree with you. I still remember the first time I walked in there and saw that. It blew my mind. And I thought everybody in Texas needs to see this. And I don't just mean every plumber. I mean everybody in Texas. That's the reason right there why you need licensed plumbers on your job each and every time. And I know I've got some questions over in the forum. I will jump over there in just a minute. I'm going to keep going down. I'm trying to get close to caught up in the chat. How's residential painting trade work in Texas? Why say I got to tell you, it's phenomenal. Just because there's so much construction going on that the trades are busy. All the trades. Look, with me releasing the Get Into the Trades program right now, there's 900,000 unfilled construction trades jobs across the United States. Did y'all hear that? 900,000. So my thought process is, why? Why are people still going to college to know that they're going to get out and possibly not have a job, when right now there are so many open construction trades jobs, and that number is going to get bigger no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try? We need 900,000 people right now. And with 10 people retiring every year and only 4 getting back in, and extrapolate those numbers out, the deficit's getting bigger. And what that leads to is supply and demand. And look, well, I say it's every trade: painting, drywall, concrete, carpenter, glazier, tile worker, mason, plumber, electrician, roofer, HVAC tech. It doesn't matter. All of them. So, man, the opportunities are amazing. Have Vega Meta Block using PEX B, since there'll be a lot different lines. What is the best way to insulate them? Well, for the insulation, man, just go with a thermocore, go something like that. Doesn't matter what they're going to be. Insulating is insulating. You're not worried about what the line is, it's what's around it. I see what you're saying about the non-expansion. Man, that one's a tough one. I'd insulate the dog mess out of it. Okay, good question. Is the smell worth getting into plumbing? Okay, it smells like money to me all the time. But here's what I tell you is, look, and Sean's in here, Steve's in here. How often do y'all really have to just smell poop all the time? And it's not very often. I'm actually reaching out to the city of Dallas. I want to get down in the Dallas sewers and do video down there and talk to them. Matter of fact, Amber, if you're listening, I need to reach out to them. It's pretty daggum good, though. Sean says, anyone interested in getting into the trades, you're in the right place. It's a very satisfying career, in your opinion. Love helping others and doing what others can't or won't. And it's really funny because, I mean, I've been interviewed a lot here lately. And I had this conversation just the other day. And I want y'all to think about it like this, because this is a great way to help recruit people into the trades. And I don't just mean me, but I mean, I want y'all to think about this. Every building you drive by, every home, office, apartment, everything you see, it was built by tradespeople and it's going to be repaired by tradespeople. We all need to be recruiting people into the trades. So, Sean, I love that. Great way to put it. Joseph says, I'm running all the pipes that froze in a bad winter. I had the outlawed poly B pipes, just redoing the whole thing. Number one, good for you. Joseph, look, depending on where lines are, I would look at heat tape. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I would do, especially to somebody who's had this problem before. What can you do to help them now and fix it and make it better? Bob Buggs, what's up? Good to have you in here. I don't know who Sias is, but I'm assuming that's a good thing. And if it's not, I don't want to hear about it, but thank you anyway. Steve Arloa says, honesty, definitely honesty and loyalty. I had a customer call Saturday night with an emergency. He already had a board of water on the way, the board of water. Steve's in Hawaii. We're all going to tell you how sorry for you we feel right now. Talked to him for an hour at 11 p.m. Also was a first-time caller. And man, that's what people need. People need people that are going to connect with them and take care of their problems. And that's, brother, I love it. Thank you so much. Erasable Crab says, just got done with my Spanish final. Brother, I love that. I'm actually, look, I took Spanish for 4 years during middle school. I want to become fluent in Spanish. If I can become fluent in Spanish, I can take every video that I've got, redo them in Spanish. And man, that's what I want to do. I want to help the world, not just white Anglo people that want to get in plumbing. And yeah, I know that's me. I want to help the world. I want to help everybody that wants to learn their way up, have a way to do it. So that's really a big deal to me. Eric, how we doing in the house? Steve says, I assured him the Bureau of Water will shut the water off and be there the next day or two to take care of it, or next day to take care of the issue. I love it. Matthew Hardy says, how long does it take? Great freaking question. How long does it take? You work with someone for 2 years, then you take your test and work under someone. And do you need to go to trade school further? Can you just work with a plumber? And I'm gonna give you the quick DL on it right here. If you're here in Texas, and number one, you may need to reach out to the authority having jurisdiction in your area, the AHJ. But here's the deal. In Texas, you sign up as an apprentice. You can actually become a tradesman in 2 years. Tradesmen make about 50 grand a year. 2 more years to move up to journeyman. Journeymen make about 60 grand a year. If you go through a DOL training program 1 more year, If not, 4 more years to get your master's. Masters make about 70 grand a year. And these are baselines. They can all go up from there. So it's really, if you go through a Department of Labor training program, you can get your master's quicker. If you work open shop where they do residential and you can get your tradesman, you can get to making more money faster. So lots of different ways. Steve says he was so happy and told him he appreciated me at least a dozen times, gave me a big hug when I was done. Customer for life. And brother, that's what it's all about. Hudson Grimm says, what do you think is the best way to learn anything job related or plumbing related? Started a job doing new construction. Everything needs done from the pipe being installed to tubs, water heaters, and sinks. Hudson, there's different ways to go about it. And I'm going to talk to you about some of them. Number one, working with a great plumber is fantastic. And I say that because I came up open shop, but I ended up working with some freaking amazing plumbers. And the amazing plumbers that I worked with taught me things that have lasted me all through my career. And it's really funny because I was down in Austin 2 years ago helping fight for our license. And one of the senators says, look, can a guy just go to work for a plumber, hang out with him for a couple of years and no plumbing? And the answer is yes, to the level that that guy knows it. What if that guy's a horrible plumber? You're going to teach this person horrible technique. And that's kind of hard to get around. So, man, I hate to say that, but the best way to learn is if you're doing commercial, the union, PHCC, AGC, something like that, somebody who's associated with an organization. And I know you think that I lost that super chat, but I didn't. I'm actually scrolling down right now trying to find the yellow one. Oh, we have the amazing Paul Peck drywall tube in the house. I love it. Okay, Matthew Hardy, number one, thank you for the super chat. It says, hello from New York. How long does it take? You work with, oh, so that was yours. I was reading. Okay, you wrote it over there too. I love it. Okay, so that's good. Number one, don't be nervous, Matthew. Figure out where you can learn the fastest. And that's what I started this getting into the trades program for. And I mean, Paul Peck's a drywall person. We've had electricians, HVAC techs, pipe fitters, and plumbers in here. There's a lot of trades. Number one, find out what trade is right for you. And there's nothing to be nervous about. You're not expected to be a master plumber skill set on your first day. We want to get you there as quickly as possible, but not on your first day. So to me, your opportunity is literally how to get in there and do it, and how to get in there and learn, how to get in there and grow, how to get in there and become the best person you can be. And guys, look, those of y'all that know that's why I'm doing what I do. I literally want to help people to get to that level faster. And I mean, I've got Sean, I've got Paul Peck, I've got Steve, I've got a lot of people in here that I trust and like. I mean, look, know, love, trust, and connected to. That's my community right there. My thought is, if I would have had a master plumber that I could talk to on a regular basis, that would teach me the mental things that I need to learn to get to be a better person than I am, it'd be phenomenal. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to jump down because I know I've got one more super chat down there. There we go. Bouncing. All right. So Juan Navarro, how are you, sir? Says, I have a shed with a shower. God, I wish I had something like that. But with no hot water. Can I run hot water underground with PEX? Shed is about 60 feet away from water heater in the main house. You know, one, you can. In a situation like that, I would look at, number one, do you have electricity out there? What is it? The Stabil electron water heaters or electron Stabil? Man, you don't need a lot of flow for that. I think you can get those up to like 4.5 GPM. Man, you could put 3 or 4 shower heads in there on the hot that will flow that lower flow on the hot side and it'd be amazing. I would look at doing that, putting in an electric on-demand water heater like that. I don't know that I would run a hotline out there. You can, but it may be a long line, and it may take it a long time to get hot water out there to you. I'm not saying you can't, but that's the opportunity. Welcome to the show, Insane McLean. How are we doing? Good to have you in. I've got some amazing people in here tonight. I'm loving it. Agent Redbone says he's a roofer. I'm sorry about that. I feel for you, brother. And guys, you know I'm joking. If y'all have not subscribed, number one, to Paul Peck, let me tell you what. And look, I love Paul. I'll tell y'all about it. He is a great guy. Met him in LA. I knew who he was through YouTube, through Nick Nimmin, through other channels that we watch. If y'all have not done it, look, YouTube can get mad at me. Click on him, go over there, subscribe to his channel, watch what he does. He does a lot of what I do. He does it for drywall, painting, texture, and he is phenomenal. Joey Z says, this is why I watch. Your passion is amazing. You know, man, look, and I know people tell me all the time, Roger, get off your soapbox. Man, I love what I do. And if you ever think I don't, look at me. I still love plumbing. I mean, I am 57 years old. I climb up under houses. I talk to customers. I love what I do. I think I happen to have one of the most amazing jobs in the world. And I don't understand why more people don't get into it. And that's why I'm trying to help people. I literally think that what we do, and you want to see somebody prideful, ride with a plumber down the streets of Dallas when he's been plumbing 40 years. And he's like, I built that building. I fixed that building. I did that. I did that. And man, I got to tell you, it's the way it is. We love what we do, and we're very proud of it. And I got to tell you, the fact that there's 900,000 open trades jobs right now in the United States literally blows my mind. Okay, Tyler Blevin says, I'm applying to Roto-Rooter even though they have sketchy reviews. Is it worth it for the experience? No experience and a bachelor's degree. Number one, Tyler Blevins, where are you at? What part of the world are you in? If you're in Dallas, we need to talk. Here's my thought process. They're going to get you in and they're going to teach you some good things. I have nothing bad to say against Roto-Rooter because I've never worked there. I've never had a problem with them. I worked for a big mechanical contractor one time that used them a lot to clean drains. I have no problem with them. I just want you to know, yes, they do have bad reviews sometimes. But what I want you to think about is everybody has bad reviews. Look, I got one the other day and it just pisses me off because we explained everything to the customer from the get-go. Hey, look, here's what we're doing. The customer said, look, I want y'all to leave. I don't want y'all to do this. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. We left and we're like, look, we got to fill the hole. And they're like, nope, don't want you to fill a hole. Don't want you to do it. Leave. Okay. The reason being, he had somebody else come give them a price, a handyman, saying they could do it cheaper. And the handyman does that. And then he calls us and says, hey, why don't y'all come fill this hole now? No, sir, you told us not to. That hole's been open for a while. There's been work done in there. We're not washing my hands of it. And literally gives us this scathing review. And it's like, dude, there's a special place in hell for people like you. I'm just saying. Here we go. And man, this is a good one too. Rusty, I like this. Always found if I under promise and over deliver, people are very happy. Always throw them in some extra value. And I don't mind throwing in extra value, but you got to make sure you're getting paid for everything you do. You're operationally excellent. You're doing things right to throw in extra value. Because if you're not, and you're going to lose on both ends, and it will hurt you. I like it. Tyler Blevin says, just order your mustache face mask. Can't wait for it to come in. Number one, Tyler, where are you at? Are y'all still wearing face masks? And I know I've got some over there somewhere. My thing is, look, those are cool. And it blows my mind because I get pictures from people around the country, selfies, and they've got my mask on. I love it. My brother from another mother, Mr. Paul Peck, how are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. Matthew, you're more than welcome. And Agent Redbones has just got home from work, 22-year-old residential commercial roofing. Good for you. Like I said, Insane McLean is in the house. You got to love it. I've been roofing since he was 10. That's not right, so I'm going to skip over that one. Steve says, afraid to jinx myself, but I've had one bad review in the last 4 years since I started my own company. I'll tell you what, and it's really neat. Steven, man, I'm like you. We literally, I've had people come up to me at social media, at trades conferences and say, man, how do you do it? And it's like, well, how do I do what? And they're like, how do you make the bad reviews go away? I said, what do you mean? And they said, man, I look through your channel and I look through your Google and I read your stuff and you don't have any bad reviews. How do you make them go away? I mean, you don't. I said, I don't get bad reviews. He said, man, everybody gets bad reviews every day. I said, I don't. We don't. But I think it's in the way we train our people. So, Steve, number one, brother, I love it. I love it. Bro Scientist says, what kind of crap do I get if I join? Well, you don't get crap. Number one, I'm going to give you a list of the unions where they're at as a possible entryway into the trades. One thing that I'm putting in this that I think is really big, because I know a lot of tradespeople that don't have money. And I really want to take just a second and address this, because, man, this is such a big deal to me, because I literally just started learning about money and financing 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I've got a program that I teach people, and it helps a lot. And I want to say hello to Miss Tanya Oriano. How are you doing, Oriana? Pleasure to have you in here. Actually met Tanya last week. But, bro, here's the deal. I'm not giving away crap. I want to teach people to have the right mindset, because I've had people ask me for the last 20, 25 years, how did you get into the union and do good? How is it that you came in, not going through the program, but you moved up to foreman, superintendent, general superintendent, director of operations for one of the biggest mechanical contractors in town? And I did it because of my mindset. I knew I could do it. I knew that I could learn more and work harder, work smarter than a lot of other people. And that's what I'm going to do, is teach people the things to learn. Miss Tanya, good to have you in here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. No Fear 32, how are we doing today? Trey Baker says, you make plumbing look fun. God bless you, Roger. Number one, man, to me, plumbing is fun. And I know it sounds crazy, and a lot of you just you think I'm stupid, and I think that's great. One of the things I used to have on my Facebook, it says, look, underestimate me. That'll be fun. I do love what I do. I love the fact that I have a career that I get excited about, that I am wholeheartedly in love with. I love plumbing. I think it's great. But not just plumbing, the entire trade industry. Because there was a point in time where, when I was a plumber, I was single and I was out at bars, and you dance with a girl or you do something, and they're like, so what do you do? It's like, I'm a plumber. And they're like, oh. It's like, wait, what? That always blew my mind. So there, for the longest, I just people say, what do you do? I'm in construction. Oh, cool, man. Well, they have no idea what you do. And finally, one day I just thought, you know what? I'm tired of that. I'm a plumber and I love what I do. I don't care who likes it or not. So I kind of shifted that mindset. But once you learn to shift your mindset and realize, look, you don't control my future. You don't design my future. You don't tell me what to do. I know what I can do. Pretty cool. Late Night Fox says, hello, Roger in Aukeg. How are you doing? I like that. Inside McLean says, my dad owned his business. That's why he started when he was 10. And I got to tell you, man, I did that to my son too. So I feel bad. I got my son, God, probably when he was a teenager, and I had him working with me. He knew how to run a shovel very, very well. And, you know, he was a hard worker. And I loved it because now he joined the union not long after high school. And I wouldn't let him do it right out of high school because he didn't have the right mindset. And that's part of why I'm teaching what I teach. But he literally had the mindset of, look, it's a job. I'm going to show up. If I feel like calling in sick, I'll call in sick. But my thing is, and I told him, I said, no. I said, look, this is a career. This is a profession. I said, you go out and get some other jobs, get in trouble, get fired, no show, do whatever it is you're going to do. But when you're ready to get serious, you come to me because this is a career. This is a trade. This is a profession. And those are the kind of things that I want to teach. Because literally, he did that, worked at a machine shop, worked at a few other jobs, got fired, and finally calls me one day and says, hey, I'm ready. I am ready. And I talked to him. I said, look, here's what's going to be expected. Can you do it? And he listened to me. He sat and talked to me and says, yeah, I can do that. I said, okay. So I got him in. He is now an estimator, senior estimator for one of the largest mechanical contractors in Dallas. And man, I'm so happy for him. Sean Strong says it's hard to get bad reviews when you pay for the good ones, man. And you know what, Sean, really, we do pay for it because we train our guys. We offer them ways to go to Google review. Go to Google My Business, give me a good review, tell me what we did, mention the plumber by name, do this, and it's huge. Han Return says, really wish I wasn't such a nerd growing up and got my hands dirty. Because now you're 22, can't fix a thing. Better late than never. And I tell you what, and this is good. And Han, I love that you put it that way. Most tradespeople are pretty handy. There's not much I can't fix. There's not much I can't build. There's not much I can't do. And I'm very excited about it. I love that. It's funny. I wore my treadmill out, wore my belt out. I mean, literally, it was almost falling apart. And I called a couple of companies. They're like, yeah, $400 or $500, we can come do it. And I'm like, you know what? And I can buy one for $100. Took my treadmill apart, replaced the walking belt, lubricated it, put it all back together, and bam, right back home. So I love that fact. All right, so don't blow up the chat. But Tyler Blevin says, don't want to blow up the chat, but I'm in Massachusetts. And I was with Plumbers from Boston 2 weeks ago. No, last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And man, I've got great friends that own plumbing companies in Boston. Just bought your own condo, but I love your channel and everything you're about. Would love to come help you sometime. So number one, Tyler, are you a plumber? I don't want somebody just come help me. I want people to come work for me. So if you're a plumber, man, I would love to talk to you. I love the fact you bought your own condo. If you'd have bought it in Dallas, see, I could say, hey, yeah, coming to help me may be a good idea. All right, I want to scroll down here because I know I got a super chat in there. Shape of the Val says, German HVAC engineering here. Have you ever worked with foreign plumbers in HVAC? If so, have there ever been foreign standards, skills, technology you wish were more useful in the USA or the other way around? You know what? Number one, Shape of Dedaval. I have not. I have worked with foreign plumbers before in my personal career. Plumbers from South Africa, Australia, I think maybe New Zealand. Here's what I'll tell you. We're actually working on a German video right now. Those of you that have not gone over and checked out our subreddit channel, it's Roger Wakefield Posts. So Shape of Dedaval, what I'll tell you is if you have pictures, videos, stuff like that of things, go over to that subreddit. I mean, like today, because they are putting together this video for me to review sometime tomorrow. And man, I would love to look at it and just see what you've got, what you're talking about, but also send me some notes, put notes in there and say, hey, this is what this is. This is why it is. I have some people, send me a picture of a ballpoint pen like up this close. And they're like, what's wrong with this? And it's like, man, I can't even tell what that is. So if you'll do that, man, I'd love to get them in here, put your name in there. That way I can give you a shout out and say thank you. Sorry, I needed to hydrate. And I see somebody put something in here that says 123 watching, and I don't know how many is watching. Oh, I'm showing 133. What I can't see is how many thumbs up there are, how many people liked it, shared it, or anything like that. Okay, now I like this too. Alpha Wolf Bakes Cakes says, I'm too immature. And I want to explain something to you. I was through most of my plumbing career. And what I mean is, look, I've had some great jobs. I've done some great things. I've actually tried starting my own company 2 times before. And, the way I did it and the way I knew I was immature, I'd go out and work and I'd make $300 or $400 and I'd take the rest of the day off. I'd go out and work the next day, make $300 or $400, take the rest of the day off. And it's like, you know what? This isn't right. It's not the right way to do it. So I changed a lot. Sabri says, hey, Roger, you are amazing. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I agree. Sean does too. He just won't tell anybody. Bruno Sparrow says, I like your mustache. I mean, it's a lot of hard work right here, guys. I got to tell you, this is a lot of hard work. Man. Dab says, how do you get high school kids interested in the trades? I love this. Because here's my thing. Dab HO5. My thoughts on this are literally, it's not hard to do. You have people like me come in and talk to them. You have people like me tell my story to them. Look, I was a troublemaker in high school, even though I was on the football team, even though I was the quarterback on the football team. I constantly got in trouble. I love to fight, and I'm good at it. And it really messed me up a lot because I stayed in trouble. I knew every police officer in Garland, not all of them on a bad term, and actually most of them on a good term because, man, I was very respectful, very nice, very friendly. But, man, look, when there was a fight, they walked up and they're like, where's Roger? It's like, wait, what made y'all think I was in it? So, look, I didn't have the greatest upbringing in the world. And, one of my stories is, I remember the first time I was standing in a ditch full of raw sewage at the age of 19, thinking it can't get any worse than this. And you know what, to be honest, it can. When you're 50 and you've got your own company and you've got people that work for you and the phones aren't ringing and you're laying there awake in bed at night with tears in your eyes wondering, how do I make the phone ring? I've got people that depend on me. And those are the things that kids need to hear is, look, you don't have to be perfect, but you got to get in there and try. And I've spoken twice in the last 10 days in Montana and here in Dallas, and not just always to plumbers. One was a big group of entrepreneurs. The next one was a group of speakers. And I mean, people that travel the country and speak. And they're like, oh my God, your story is so amazing. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm just a plumber. I love what I do. I love plumbing. And to me, this career can change people's lives. The trades can change people's lives. You don't have to go to college. You can get out and get a job. And in a few years, you're making $100,000, $200,000 a year. Look, I'm not complaining about it, but sometimes they need to hear those stories. Jenna says, I have a leak and need to fix it quickly. My plumber is gone for a few days. What do you recommend? Well, with that much information right there, Jenna, I'll say fix the leak. You didn't give me a lot to go on. What kind of leak is it? Where's it at? What can I do to help? I'm here for you, but I do need a little bit more information. All right, I've got another super chat. Cody Haggig says, what do you think of working at the hospital as a plumber? The one I currently work at hires them after they get through school. Should I try to switch over to maintenance to get experience for plumbing? Cody, and man, I'm gonna look at this from my point of view. I love the idea of working at the hospital. I actually worked in the hospital, but I was in the housekeeping department. So I cleaned the floors, swept, mopped, vacuumed, shampooed, learned a lot of good skills. But here's what I want to tell you is switching over to maintenance is good because you can learn multiple things. But if you're being a plumber, my thought process is I want to get credit. So if I want to go in and be a plumber for someone else, or if I want to open my own company, or if I want to do anything at all like that, I have that opportunity. Because if you just work in maintenance, you're not going to get hours towards your plumbing license. And that's my deal is I would want you to get those hours. Sean Strong says, what do you mean I won't tell anybody? Of course I agree. I am awesome. Oh, Sean Strong, brother. Lyle One says, Roger, you look gorgeous. Or wait, is that Sean Strong that said that? I think it's Sean Strong. I think it messed up the comments a little bit. Lyle, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I think I am too. Sean doesn't agree, but it is what it is. Bruno's agreed. Thank you very much. Paul Peck says, hey, buddy. There you go. Look at it. We have Neil, the urban explorer, in the house. So if you are not connected with Neil, you need to find the one that it says Urban Explorer, and I'll find him here in just a second. Matter of fact, Neil, if you'll put a link in there to your YouTube channel, put a link in there to Paul's YouTube channel, man, I'd love that. Yeah, y'all are just both amazing people. I love what y'all do. Ben B says, how do you keep good employees around with so many other plumbing companies looking for employees and offering such lucrative deals? Ben, it's one I'm fighting with. We try to train our people. We try to put them in a position where they can learn and grow. We've lost plumbers and apprentices both here lately. Everybody leaves for different reasons. Man, we want people that believe in the culture and are bought into the culture and want to live the culture. So it's a big deal to me. Jackson Barrett says, what do you think the next advancement in plumbing will be? Don't do much soldering anymore due to ProPress and open or PEX, crimp, PEXs, etc. What do you think will be the next big thing? And there's different techniques coming that I've seen from overseas where literally you put pipe and fittings. There's like a twist lock fitting and it goes together. It comes apart. It does different things. So, man, there's a ton of things that are on the way. Says, thanks for all you do, Roger. Love the energy. Sending from Fort Worth. On returns, thank you so much. The thing is, look, I do love what I do and I get excited about it. So, yeah, I'm sorry. There he is. Neil, the urban explorer, has been missing. Roger, sorry. Vans have so many to do. Brother, number one, I love what you do. Keep it up. You are phenomenal. I love jumping into your videos. If y'all have not seen Neil, man, check him out. I think I missed a super chat. I want to make sure. Says, hello, Roger, military guy here. Really respect the hard work and the dedication that it takes to be a plumber. And I thought I'd support the person behind the content that I watch late at night when I can't sleep. Number one, thank you very much. Thank you for your service. I don't know what branch of the military you're in, but look, man, love you guys. Love everything y'all do. Thank you so much for taking care of us. I think that's amazing. I don't know what your plans are when you get out. I talk to military people quite often about when they get out, their opportunities. And man, I think military people, former military people, are fantastic in the trades because number one, they understand taking care of people. Number two, most of them really want to work hard and do well, and they understand the value of hard work. So all I can tell you is I appreciate what you do. Thank you for being here. Millionaire. And man, if I can ever do anything for you, please let me know. Scrolling back up, I think I got all the super chats, just making sure. It looks like I did. I'm going to scroll down here. Oh, that's right, Paul. I forgot. Yes, you can put your own super chat in there. There we go. And Paul, if you hadn't put yours in there, make sure you do. And and it may already be in there. I may have just skipped right past it. Or Neil, you can put Paul's in there. All right, got a question here. Cody says, I live in Florida where I don't need a license. So basically, I won't get the same experience in the field if I stay at the hospital. Okay. And I agree with that. And here's the thing. If you learn the hospital correctly, you can probably transfer into residential fairly easy. And the only reason I say that is, to me, it's easier to start your own residential company than anything else. So it's kind of cool. Sorry, I had to look down and read a note. I got people texting me like crazy. So, okay, back to the questions. Flaming TP, man, I hope that ain't your toilet paper. What do you do about wounds and sewage suits? I'd like to be a plumber, but immunocompromised and walk with a limp. I'd rather work hard than hardly work. Look, I love that. And here's the deal. And we all have our own mindsets, our own struggles, our own convictions. Sometimes we got to think about what situation we're in. So I'm going to put it in a real weird way. There's a lot of things that you'll work on that you never have to worry about. Somebody's got a dripping faucet. There's no sewage involved. Then you move up into the garbage disposal. Well, there's not really sewage involved, not like fecal remnants or anything. So yeah, it's not clean water. It's gray water. It's not brown water. You've got to think about which one you can do and which one you can't. And I'm not even going to give you the analogy that popped in my head. I will get YouTube might shut me down. No, they won't, but yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Joseph says, what are your thoughts about Roto-Rooter for plumbing? Look, I to get in, I would get in and learn. You can learn, get experience, and grow from there. Cody Haggig says, thank you for your time in the game, in the gems you drop. Look, Cody, here's my deal is I want to help people. I want to help them get in the trades. I want to help them be the best tradesmen they can be. I talked about it a while ago. We are teaching people to do things better. We literally want them to learn to be the best tradesman they can be. And that's what we've got, the Getting Into the Trades program. And I'll tell you, if you're an apprentice, this is still a good program for you because it's going to teach you, even though it may ask you what trade you want to be in, you may already know that part, but you may not be in the right trade for you. You may think you are, but you may not be. So my thought is, anybody who's already in a trade as an apprentice, this thing they could join and say, look, I want to be the best at what I do. That's why I'm going to join this. And I got to tell you, it's going to help you through the rest of your career. I guarantee this course will help you make more money starting at your next job interview. The next time you walk in the office and ask for a raise, you're going to understand why and how raises are given. And you're going to understand that before you walk in. And how many people, Lori, walk into the room and say, look, this is how I want this conversation to go. Most people walk in and say, hey, man, I'm just going to ask. All they can do is say no. You've already walked in with a negative mindset. Guess what answer you're probably going to hear? I hate to say it, but it's true. Jason, thank you very much. I appreciate that. There we go. Jason says, can I access the Trades Academy modules on my phone? I'm deploying overseas and not sure how much computer access I have. Yes, we're setting this up through Kajabi. And, Brendan Burchard is one of the founders of Kajabi. I love it because I'm in courses of his that I can get in. And to me, the cool thing about that is you've got it wherever you're at. I can do it on my phone, my iPad, or the computer. The only thing you won't be able to do on your phone is print up the PDFs that were given away, the things with, I literally, came in one day and spent like a day and a half in there going through all the different unions and how to find out what union is best for you or what union can help you figure out where the unions are in that category closest to you. And I mean, man, it's just, there's so much cool stuff in here. So Jason, yes, Kajabi, there's an app for it. So you can literally go in and I'm trying to remember, I think I've got one of my courses on here. Let me see. I think it's that one. There it is. So I'm in a course right here. Make sure I get it where do this. All right. So I've got one of my courses right here that literally I can just click on. And let me see. I think if I click up here, it'll ask me. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got like 4 courses right here. And I think you can see them. So I can click on all 4 of mine. It's set up on your email. So any other courses you have, yes, indeed. All right, let me scroll back up here. Jason, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate the super chat. Jacob Murray says, moving to Austin, Texas in August and have been in commercial plumbing 2.5 years in Arizona. Big fan of your positive perspective on plumbing. Jacob, if you need a job when you get there, let me know. I've got friends down in Austin. Send me a message to the office here. Email me, something like that. You can always find my email on the different social platforms I'm on. And actually, let me put up some of these because I haven't done that in a while. Let me see. There's a link to the free mini course. Those of y'all interested. And I got to get better at this. I used to do this all the time. Needless to say, I'm slipping. Anyway, okay, so there's that. There's the link to the study guide that I recommend. That way it's in here. You can always back up, look at it again. Talk to Mr. Sean Strong about that. There is the subreddit. And let me see, where's the one I was looking for a while ago? Yeah, if you're not connected with me, connect with me on LinkedIn. That's a great spot to do it. I read all those messages myself. So anything you see, I will get. And anything I can do to help you, I will definitely do it. I'm going to jump back up into the comments. Where do we go? Let's stop right about here. All right. Architectural sheet metal in the house. Would you think I can create an online course to teach installation techniques? No, I don't think you can, brother. I know you can. This is exactly why I'm doing what I do. Look, I've been studying under a lot of people for a lot of years, learning how to do things, learning how to do it better or wanting to do it better. So yeah, if you've got something that you teach and you teach different from anybody else, I've got platforms for it. Shoot me a message. We'll talk and I'll help you figure it out. Greg says, can't find anyone 30, wants to be a plumber. The guys I find are always 40 plus with no experience and want $20 an hour. Yeah, good luck with that. You know, my thing is, I think that what I would probably do if I were you, Greg, and this might be different, go to the high school, talk to the football coach and say, hey, do you have any kids that are not going to college, but they're hard workers, they're team players, they're dedicated, they're focused, they're just not going to college? I'd be interested in talking to them. And if you can talk to them and figure it out, get help from the coach, man, that might be a good deal. It'd definitely be worth a shot. Sven Gustafhoff says, I did 2 university degrees, took you nearly a decade, accumulated a lot of debt while my brother just worked and earned his way up in trade school. It's the way to go. My bro is wiser than me despite my diplomas. You know, my brother would tell you the same thing about me. He's not always right. But my brother is very smart and he tells me all the time, yeah, you're smarter than me. Don't always agree, but I see where you're going. Steve, I love that. Happy Flag Day to you. I thought about that this morning as I was getting ready to leave. The news channel I watch played the national anthem, which I love. And yeah, They made a point that it was Flag Day. I love that. What do you recommend to fix the toilet after a late night Taco Bell run? Probably a plunger. Yeah, any of y'all that have learned anything, and I clicked on this pretty quick. Any of y'all that have learned anything from me that man, would give me a testimonial and say, look, this is what I learned from Roger. This is how Roger's training helped me. Anything at all like that, man, I definitely would appreciate it. Adam says, pipeliners, what are your thoughts? It's something I'm wanting to learn more about. I want to do the CIPP, cure in place plastic. I'm looking forward to it. Stephen, look, my brother's in IT. He'll tell you he didn't pick the wrong career. He loves what he does, but he works a buttload. He probably works 70 to 80 hours a week, 60 to 80, something like that. Has to travel around a lot. Like, I could be a plumber for somebody else and work 40 hours a week and make a good living. I just had bigger dreams, so I wanted to do other things. So that's kind of what I'm working on. Stephen A. Dunn says, is it ever too late to get in the trades? 25. No. And it's never too late. Picking the wrong field is one thing. But here's what I want to tell you. I had an apprentice when I was an instructor in the union. It was 55 years old, and he loved what he did. So what I'm going to tell you, Stephen, is no, it's not too late. Do it. If you wait 10, 20 more years, it's going to be too late. Don't wait till you're like, man, I really wish I'd have done that. Mike King says, need tips to convince my young cousin to join the trades. I am a plumber, but he won't even listen to me. Mike, send him a link. Just, Laura, you can go down on this video right now, copy the link or share it, send it to him and say, man, you need to check this out. Buy him the Getting Into the Trades program. Let him see what different opportunities there are and what kind of money can be made. He may like it. Nine Squirrel says, hey, Roger, 25 years old, few months away from finishing a plumbing program at trade school. Made the decision after watching a few of your videos. Can't thank you enough. So see, Nine Squirrel, and that link I put up there a while ago to give me a referral, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, and now I can't find it. There you go. If you'll go there and give me a referral, something like that, explain why, what did I teach you? What did you learn? Why was it good for you? I would be most appreciative. Mr. J says, getting into plumbing after a summer in Denmark. I like that. It's estimated by 2030, we'll be short 100,000 tradesmen, and our population is only 5.8 million. Love your videos and your passion for the trades. Mr. J, here's what I'm going to tell you is don't just get in the trades. Be the best freaking tradesman they ever seen. And guys, that's what I want to teach. That's what I'm trying to tell people's look. Anybody can put pipe together. Anybody can pull wire. Anybody can do a whole lot of those things. What I want you to think about, what I want people to think about is how do I be the very best freaking tradesperson anybody's ever imagined? Because I'll tell you all this, the best people make more money. And if you can put yourself in a position to be the very best, it works. Adam, trenchless plumbing is just like the pipelining stuff. I think it's a great idea. I think it's good. I want to learn more about it. Matt V, it is going wonderful. Yeah. Steven says, I feel that I've been doing training to get new IT certification for Salesforce. And Steven, look, I actually used to have to do Salesforce, keep up with my pipeline. I mean, Matt, all kinds of stuff. And I got to tell you, I love being a plumber. Weather in Texas, it is about 90 degrees today and humid and hot, and you can feel it. Paul Peck in the house. Love seeing you in here, brother. Rafael Pont says, hey, Roger, huge fan. I have a question. Is going to a technical school and joining a union the same thing? It's not really. A technical school, you pay for. A union, you pay for it in the long run. A union, you don't really pay for. That there may be dues or fees, but it's not like you're paying to go to school. Big difference. All right, so I'm going to jump down here in the questions real quick, and I'll say I am, if it'll let me. jump down here and go through some questions. Whoa, man, where did those go? There we go. What's today? Perfect. Let me do this one right here. Eric says, UPC has helped me get an interview with Local 45. My question was, Local 45 get a tax return for my disability or something for hiring me from UPC? They're not going to get anything. Yeah, it's not going to, not that I'm aware of. I don't think it's going to benefit them any. You might mention it to them, but no, Eric, I really don't think so. See, it looks like you might have another one. Can I do all the things plumbing has to offer, but residential not? And can I start from apprentice in the union for commercial and pipe fitting? Yeah, it's exactly. And the thing is, and Eric, and this is what I teach people is, number one, figure out what trade you want in: plumbing, pipe fitting, welding, electrical, roofing, HVAC. It doesn't matter. There's so many. Go through the trades, figure out what you want to be, and then get in it and get really, really good at it. And that'll help you more than anything. Let's see if it'll let me just roll right back. And it looks like it did. Caleb Adams says, right there. Question says, currently respiratory therapist wishing I could pick up a trade on the side. The hour requirements make it nearly impractical for my situation. Any suggestions or thoughts? It's going to be hard to keep a full-time job as a respiratory therapist and learn a trade. Unless you go to like trade school at night or something. Here would be my thought. Can you get in the trades full-time and get a part-time job doing the respiratory therapist? And I say that because when I was in the trades, when I started in the trades, I had to get a job as a bouncer, a bartender, a bodyguard, security work, all kinds of different things that I did. But I knew that I wanted to make more money than I could in plumbing. So I had to figure out how to put myself in a position to do it. All right. Next question from Jake, not from State Farm. Jake says, I'm 17, was thinking about being an electrician, currently go to a class for it. And my only issue is that I have trouble understanding blueprints and other issues. Well, number one, Jake, you're in school. You're not supposed to understand it yet. I used to teach blueprint reading and isometric drawing. And what I'll tell you is it's not easy, but you're not going to pick it all up the first day. The way that I got really good at blueprint reading is, the cover sheet, the legend. Whenever they would throw drawings away, if that cover sheet was good, I would take it home. If they threw the entire set of drawings away, I would take it home, the whole thing. And then at night, I could literally study the drawings. I could study the legend, so I knew what all the symbols meant. I knew all that. I'd start going through and looking at where do they put all the measurements? What do they point to? What does that mean? Is that inside wall, outside wall, center wall? What is it? And started figuring everything out. So, Jake, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. But if you really want to do it bad enough, I promise you, you'll get in there and figure it out. Next one is from Mr. Jace is getting into plumbing after August. Okay. Education on computers, IT. How useful might it be in plumbing? Here's the deal. And that's good. I want to read that because it's just kind of long. Here's what I'll tell you. Computer skills can be great in plumbing because if you ever move into the office, anything at all like that, man, you can be in a good position. Project managers, men are on computers all the time. Plumbing superintendents, yeah, sometimes we are too. It is what it is. It's not always good. Ryan says, does the smell get to you sometime? You know what? Sometimes it does. If you walk into a house that is just a pure ash or pure acidic type, nasty, strong smell, yeah, it can get to you. I'll slip there, didn't I? Sylvia says, ooh, here we go right here. Says, hello, Roger, quite the young plumber. Work with my dad mainly. And since I'm supposed to be taking over one day, how do I expand my business? You make good questions. So, this first thing I'll tell you is learn how to be the best plumber that there is. And I know that's hard to do, especially when you're taking over somebody. You're like, look, man, I see my dad do it forever. I'm just going to run the company. You've got to put yourself in a good position because the other plumbers that work there need to look at you and respect you. So that is a great place to start. Then start looking at doing social media. Start looking at what can you do to get your name out there in front of other people. That's going to be really a big deal. Next question says, the company I work for in Louisiana does new flow liners. What do you think of them? Man, Dylan, I need to learn more about them, and I want to. I have not done that yet. I've actually reached out to New Flow and some other companies. I want to learn pipelining. I really do. Scrolling up here a little bit, see where I can find if I can jump out. Here, I think this was it. Raphael says, so trade school, technical school in the union. The union pays for it. So you go join the union tries to find you a job. You pay to go to trade school and learn the trade, then you've got to get out and find your job. So it can go either way. Architectural Sheet Metal 101 says, I think that's another good channel to subscribe to, guys. Go over there and check out Architectural Sheet Metal, see what all they are doing. Says, I think virtual is the future. Best way to reach the younger generation. Again, appreciate your passion for the trades. My trade needs to be taken more seriously to many builders. And they all do. That they all think we're a joke. We're construction headed people. We don't know anything. Yeah, it is what it is. Keep doing what you're doing. Ricky Kidd says, ever thought about doing a blooper reel? Man, I'm sure my guys could fill up YouTube with nothing but blooper reels. Trust me, we got them. Rozzy Painting says, hello, Mr. Wakefield. Love the channel. I agree. Trades are often underestimated. When you love what you do, you'll succeed in the trades. Absolutely. Samuel says, I'm a third-year steam fitter apprentice. The trades are definitely where it's at. Started when I was 18. Good for you. Love seeing you in here. Yeah, my only regret is not starting sooner. You and me both. Marco from Quebec. How are you? Ooh, I hit the wrong button. Almost booted you out of here. How are you? Good to have you in here. Razah says, I live in Plano. Do your work as a plumber, but I would like to get your license. Look, if you do your own work and you're really good at it, I'm always looking for people to bring into the trades. But I mean, guys, look, I want hard workers. In fact, I want the hardest workers. I want the people that want to be the very best. They want to learn, they want to train, they want to grow, they want to be the best. And that's all I look for. Newfoundland, Canada. Just finished your first month of plumbing apprentice, loving the trades. I think that is fantastic. Don't know what that means, so no. Shangli says, started full-time plumbing at 17 with a 10th grade education. Now you make 100,000 or more a year doing service plumbing. Trades are the way to go. And that is so true, Shane. Thank you for sharing that. Luke says, if you had to give up plumbing as a trade, what trade would you do? You know, and just me, I would probably get in as a carpenter, to be like a trim carpenter. I would love designing like bookcases, custom cabinets, entertainment centers. Just, man, I would really, really love that. Kids, you ever thought about doing more reaction videos on house products? Yeah, we do those quite often. There you go, Flaming TP. Now I know. William Loginbox says, Roger, I want to ask you a question. Love this. Why do you think Yeah, I'm in high school. And do you think being a plumber is a good career choice? No, William, I think it's a great career choice. Look, any trade is, and look, I'm going to get back on my soapbox for a minute. There's 900,000 unfilled construction trade jobs in the United States right now. For every 10 people that retire in the trades, only 4 are getting back in. So those numbers are going down, which means the 900,000 open jobs in a couple of years, it's liable to be a million. My thing is the trades are amazing to get in. Get in now. Get into the trades. Get good at the trades. And in 5 years, your future is going to be freaking amazing. You have an opportunity ahead of you that can literally change your world like you could never imagine. Roger just started a plumbing company in Florida. How do you go about finding good help? Man, that is the $1 million question. My thing is you hire young people, you train them to be the good help. If you can find and hire good plumbers, understand it's going to cost you. Everybody's hiring them right now. I lose plumbers all the time. People reach out to my plumber and say, hey, we'll pay you a lot more money to come over here. Well, they know that I'm trying to train my guys to be the best. It makes sense. Ricky Kidd says, everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Amen. I like that too. Congratulations. And it jumped on me. Son of a biscuit. Chunky Monkey, how we doing? I like this. Hey, Roger, thank you for all the advice. What resources are there to connect more with the water management and detention industry? You know, I'm going to give y'all a great resource, and I want y'all to write this down because this is a big deal. Google. Google can help you find anything. And I know this because I use it on a regular basis. I'm literally, as soon as I read this, I thought, well, I'd go straight to Google. It works. Nick Spray says, how do I do residential repair and remodel plumbing? I live in Illinois. If you want to do it. Find a job. Find a company that does it. Get them to train you. It works. Mike King says, trades equal wage increase every year, substantial, not the 25 cent an hour one. A huge feeling of accomplishment year by year in your apprenticeship. Wow, on the guy who started seam fitting at 18. Yeah, I started plumbing at 17, so I guess it was really 16. But I started to say lie. Hate that. I had to fib to him about how old I really was. New York Daddy says, at first I wanted to do new construction, but ever since started doing service, learning the systems faster for all types of plumbing work. I'll tell you what, I love residential service. It's so cool. Dustin Norton, how we doing? Oh, it jumped on me again. I'm gonna go towards the bottom. We're just gonna make it easy. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. LSAT says, thinking going to college for plumbing techniques because most apprenticeships want a G license. Don't know what a G license is. Feel like be good, get some knowledge in the meantime. What do you think? Here's my deal. Number one, knowledge is always a great thing. I teach people all the time about learning their way up. And to me, it doesn't matter where you're at, what system you're in, what process you're in, what city you're in. Look, you can learn your way up and out of anything, but you've got to decide to do it. I can't do it for you. I can give you the information. I can give you the advice. I can give you the tips. I can give you the tricks. I can give you anything and everything. But man, I can't make you do it. You've got to get that mental mindset. And that's why that we decided to teach that. What we've done, we've created a career path to get in the trades. If you're sitting at home and you're like, look, I don't know what I want to do, this could be great for you, because this not only teaches you how to get in the trades, it teaches you to have the right mindset. It teaches you the career path. Where does it start? How do I learn? How do I get better? How do I do this? How do I do that? So many things to learn, and it's huge. I know. That's why I put it up there, brother. I was thinking about you. It's getting hot in here too. Nine Squirrel says, "Hey Roger, you might already have it, but have you considered making a video on must-have hand tools, power tools?" Sean's actually got, I think, 2 of those up now over on the subreddit. I do need to make one for YouTube. Sean actually put a video up for Cottonelle I need to get over and look at. Now, Sean, I've been running hard the last 10 or 12 days. It's ridiculous. All right. Go Animate Network, Gaming Network says, "How are you? How did your work get done today? I have a lot of people going out with me and I don't want to see you. I know you're all the wrong." Well, I don't know what all you mean there, but that was easy. Chizenikin, "Starting my open shop apprenticeship Thursday. Is there anything I should focus on the most?" Yes. And any of you other guys that are in here, put your comment down in the chat, because here's my thought. Ask questions one time. Meaning when you have to ask somebody, how do you do that? Why do you do that? Whatever your question is, make sure you take time to think about it. That way you don't ask that same question again. And to me, man, that is huge. Buddy of mine here in Kentucky says he won't even get out his plunger for less than 150. Is that pretty accurate? Yeah, it's probably pretty close. Probably pretty close. Sean, what do you suggest? Trying to convince my parents to let me get into the trades over college. Man, have them start watching my videos. They'll get it. Sean says he's 80. The neighborhood. I love it. There you go. Grayson's been working. Stephen P, when people say, is it ever too late? Look, yeah, if you're at home laying, waiting to climb into the coffin, it may be too late. But guys, here's the deal, man. And I love this because look, if it's not a question to ask me, it's a question to ask you. Can you handle being a plumber? Can you handle being an electrician? Can you climb up in attics, under houses, lift water heaters, get on a shovel sometimes? It's not us to answer that. Don't let anybody tell you you can or cannot do anything in this world. That's a question for you. It's not a question for me. It's not a question for Sean. It's not a question for anybody else. That's a question for you. Can you handle it? Because I've seen people at 55 get in the trades. I've seen people at 18 get in the trades. I've seen both those ages do well. I've seen both of them not do too well. It's entirely up to you. Yeah, what career do they want? Accountant. I know. Sean, hey, I'm gonna have to wear him out. Just saying. Okay, so carpenters CPAs are making $100. Okay. And look, COVID, yeah, I'm with you. I don't know that I want to do the electrical. I would either do carpenter or HVAC if I weren't a plumber. HVAC is just so close to plumbing, it's really easy. Michael L, the big thing is to learn that there's books, there's knowledge out there. Now, I'm old enough. Look, I had to go to the library to learn it. We did not have books. We did not have, I can Google anything and figure out how to do it. We did not have that. JP says, how has the new laws in Texas affected apprentice and experienced plumbers? JP, the really good thing is it hadn't done anything to hurt us. We are still under the Texas State Board. They've extended that out, and I love it. They passed laws to help get kids in the high schools that are wanting to learn the trades, get them an opportunity to do it and man, get hours for it. And I think that's phenomenal. I wish I did. I wish I had that when I was a kid. And if I could have gone to school and become a plumber and graduated making 50 grand a year, shoot. I love that though. JP, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Flaming TV said, would need help lifting the water here, maybe with tools. Could lift it yourself. Like to be the plumber if I can. Good for you. Look, it can be done. Any of us can do it. Parks Plumbing says UK plumbers do it all night. What, you don't think we do it all day and all night? See, the second liar to the party is going to win every time. I love that. Parks Plumbing, thank you for being in here. Are there any plumbers looking for apprentices that are 34 just getting in the trade? Find it hard for people who want to give older newbies a chance. And look, I'm telling you, I don't think it's a problem. Derek Bottom, and this is a good question. I like this. So here's my thing. If you want to get in the trades, first of all, you've got to get the mental. If you want to get in the trades, you've got to first get the right mental attitude. You've got to figure out what trade you want to get in and what aspect of that trade. Meaning, just in plumbing, there's electrical. I'm sorry. In plumbing, there's residential, commercial, construction, service, union, non-union, industrial, hospital. And there's the way that these things can tie together to create 15 or 20 different possible positions you could have. You've got to figure out what you want to do and how you want to do it. Then the first step is to either figure out if you're going to be union, you got to get accepted. If you're going to be open shop, you've got to figure out how to get out, apply for a job, and get it. And those are the things that we're talking about in getting into the trades. We're going to teach people those interview skills. We're going to teach them how to find the right job, how to find the job that fits them. What trade do they want to be in? Some know, some don't know, some don't have any idea about some of these trades. They're like, wow, man, I would love to do that. Okay, you can do it. It's really pretty cool. Where did I miss that? Right there. I just saw it. Yeah, Amber, you're right. Get into the trades. Guys, it is such a great thing. Shark scraper in the house. See, there's another good one. And guys, look, a lot of us, we hang out on different social platforms, different channels, different this, different that. I got to tell you, this is such a wonderful community. And that's why I reach out to people and say, hey, look, these are people you should follow. These are people you should listen to. These are people you should talk to. And it's so good for me. Such a great community. JP, quit thinking about it. Do it. And this is such a wonderful career to be in. Caleb says, Sean Strong, but this apprenticeship isn't any dirty work, just heating and gas work. The thing is, some people get into commercial because they're like, look, I don't want to do underground. I don't want to dig. I don't want to do this. And you may still have to every now and then. But for most commercial plumbers, there's not a lot of dirt work. There we go. Derek says, thank you, Mr. Roger. You are more than welcome. Tradesman Plumber says, journeyman plumbers, the only ones eligible for scale pay. In the union, no, you get scale. Apprentice pay is based on scale, but it's a smaller percentage. First year apprentice gets 50% of scale. Then it goes up 60, 70, 80. But you get raises like 3 times a year. You get a raise every August. You get a raise every January. You get a raise every March for cost of living. So, man, look, they've got it set up really good. Hello, I'm 22 in HVAC. What are your thoughts on an HVAC career? Look, thoughts on all the trade careers are phenomenal. But you all have to put yourself in a position to be the best tradesperson you can be. Again, the getting into the trades. That's what we did this for. People were reaching out to me saying, look, you really moved up fast when you got in the union. I know you made great money. I know people were paying you to leave and go to other companies. When you're at a company in the union and you leave, they're all like, man, why are you leaving? Why are you dragging up? It's like, well, I'm not leaving. Somebody's paying me to leave. And I never just went out looking for jobs. People would call and say, hey, man, we need to talk to you. We've got a job. It's got your name on it. And I'd be like, yeah, but you know what? I got a job and I'm happy. And they're like, yeah, but you're going to come over here. It's like, well, then you're going to pay me to come over there. And I mean, guys, I got to tell you that there have been times that I've left one job for another, made $8 an hour more. $320 a week. That's a nice raise. That's a $16,000 a year raise. It's not a bad deal, but you can put yourself in that position with the right mindset, with the right knowledge, with the right skills to help you get there. All right, jump right up here. Bob says, hi, how you doing? Cat Singh says, I have a question. What are the similarities in the HVAC industry and plumbing? The main similarities, I would say, would be that we do a lot with, I'm going to say the same pipe, whether it's PVC, whether it is, I guess I could just do it this way. Sorry, guys, I'm moving things around on my computer, and that moved way around. You go over here. The similarities are we use a lot of the same pipe, a lot of the same materials, meaning PVC, the 90s, T's, stuff like that. So I think that getting in can help you get a good understanding of both. Where HVAC installers do evaporators and condensers and copper lines with refrigerant in them, plumbers do water heaters, boilers, tankless water heaters, toilets, lavatories, and then we run water lines and drain lines and stuff like that. So it's all a little bit of the same. Chris Clark, artist, has never been interested in plumbing, but you've managed to change that. Keep up the great content. Keep the great content coming. Chris, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jumped again. Blackout says, new to the trade, no union. I work service. Will it be hard to switch to another niche? It depends on what trade you're in. Look, guys, that is literally why we started putting this together. I think we listed 18 trades to get into. 16 trades to get into, maybe. And look, everything isn't for everybody. And man, I completely get that. But you got to figure out what's best for you. What do you want to do? And that's why I asked, what trade are you talking about? Which one are you in? Switching to another one may not be hard. Then again, it may be impossible. It really depends on what you want to do, how you want to do it. What are you looking for? I've got a link, and I had it in here earlier, but there's a link on my YouTube channel after this. Go to it, click on it. It'll tell you what opportunities are in the trade. Meaning, as a plumber, and I've talked to Sean about this before, did you know you wanted to be a plumber? He said, yes. I said, did you know what kind? He said, no. I didn't either. Commercial, residential, construction, service, union, non-union, industrial, hospital, or medical, and the opportunities are out there. You got to figure it out. Street Copper 11 says local union 601 in Milwaukee. I was actually with a great guy, Pat Quinn from Milwaukee, just the other day. He's been here for a week. I was over there and doing some cool things. So neat guy. And I've been up to Fond du Lac. Loved it up there. It was just freaking cold, but you already know that. Bloody Spike 4, what are the main goals to shoot for throughout a career? That is a great question. And, the thing that I'm going to tell you is the way that I would look at it. Can I get to the income I want to get to? Can I take care of a family? Meaning, if I get married, if I have kids, can I afford to give them the life that I would want to give them? Do I have opportunity for growth? Like, can I move up? Can I get better? Can I change my future? And to me, all those are huge. And then, one of the other ones, sorry, I didn't click on it. Can I keep learning? And the reason I put it that way is that one of the things that we're teaching in the getting into the trades program is to teach people how to save their money. I don't care if I give you $1,000 an hour or $100 an hour. If at the end of the week you have zero money, you ain't doing right. And that's why part of the thing that we're doing is we're teaching people finance. Do you understand how to spend your money? You understand how you should spend it? You understand how you should invest it? So many different things. I could go on for hours. Roger, I have a question. Do you ever read the Garfield comic strip, which is usually printed in the papers or available online? I don't, Junior. Man, I probably read Garfield years ago, back when, the paper came out every day. I haven't in years. It jumped on me again. Puppy loves doing that. There we go. Victorian says, hello, new sub this week. Wanting to retrain into carpentry, but wanting to know if taking some additional training into plumbing and could help fitting some installations. Number one, and this is a good question, Victorian, I think any training we get can help us. It doesn't necessarily to be an exact training in just the trade that you're working on. That's why I started to get in the trades program. I'm not teaching people how to be a plumber, an electrician, a drywaller, a roofer, electrician. That's not my stick. That's not what I want to do. There's unions, there's PHCC, there's ABC, there's trade colleges. There's so many things to teach people to trade. None of them teach people how to be better people, how to get the mindset to put yourself in a position to be a foreman, to be a superintendent, to do things like that. So that's why I'm wanting to teach. So my thing is, Cartorian, I think that you can learn anything and it's going to help you get better. Blackout. I guess I missed something there. Blackout. Sorry about that. Alignment. There's another good one, Erica, and we haven't, but you're right. And I may actually mention that under the electrician, because I know in the electrician, man, we talk about controls, IT, fiber optics, all kinds of different things. Yeah, today's video, 5:45, should be coming out strong. What's up? Llama doesn't get mentioned off, but those guys get man, isn't that the truth? Man, those guys are good. IBEW, Eric, I love it. And I don't remember what the local is here in Dallas, Texas. We've actually done work over on the Union Hall. So, and much respect to them. And I went through training over there whenever I was in the plumbing union to be an instructor. They've got a program you have to go through before you go through the ITP. So it's pretty cool. Brian says, hello, been working in residential plumbing a year and a half, planning on joining the union to start an official apprenticeship. Do the years you've kind of worked towards the apprenticeship. Brian, it's negotiable. And what I mean is you can go in for the interview process and explain to them the experience you've got, what you can already do. I'd look at what they have in their basic first year course, what you're going to miss, because if you miss plumber math, something like that, it could really hurt you. It is negotiable, but I got to tell you, man, it is something you may want to think about. Sorry, I didn't even click that one. There you go, Brian. Sorry. Man, I may be doing pretty good. Bird Turd 69 says, hey, Roger, do you think that residential or commercial is better for making more money? And this is a good question, because here's what it depends on. How hard do you want to work? In commercial, you can get a job, you can move up to foreman, superintendent, you can make good money. You can make good money. In service, in residential service, what I'll tell you is you can make about twice as much, but you've got to get really good. You have to have all your tools. You have to make sure that you have zero downtime. There's so many different things that you've got to learn, but man, anybody can learn it. Squirrel 10 says, took off my faucet's aerator and put it back on for cleaning, but then it started leaking into the faucet body. What do I do? The rubber seals there back, and I take it apart again, clean it up a little bit more, and try and put it back in, see what you get. I love that. Rizzy Painting, thank you so much. Great live. Cheers to current and future trades. You got this, man. Isn't that the truth? And I love that, man. Cheers to all y'all. The great thing is getting in the trades right now is the most opportune time, because there's more people getting out, there's less people getting in. And to be honest, if you get in now and you get good, you become the best. And my question is, why wouldn't you ever want to be the best? When I played football, I wanted to be the best. When I was trying to say play basketball, but I didn't play basketball. When I did martial arts, when I shot pool, when I did anything I did, I wanted to be the best. If I got in a fight with a guy down the street, I wanted to be the best. And the thing is, if you want to be the best and you'll get in and work for it, you can make more money. Thank you. Street Copper 11 says that's the biggest problem in the trades. People don't have their money when they're making a ton of overtime. There's highs and lows. Be smart and safe for the low times. Well, that's the truth. Here's what I want to tell you is that, you don't have to make a bunch of money to put up money, but you've got to learn to budget it. You've got to learn, believe it or not, pay yourself first. But you've got budget set, and this is what I teach. You get the budgets set so that you know how much money do I have, and that's what you look at. You don't just go buy a new TV. You can say, hey, we can afford one now, and eventually, hopefully, you can save your money up and pay cash for it, where you don't have to finance it, and it doesn't start digging into another pile of money. But that's just part of what I'm teaching. And I like this. Mike King says, don't be a plumber if the rest of your family's white collar. Kiss your weekends goodbye. And that could be very well true. Me, you know what? I've always had family. I do love the weekends that I get away. I don't get away for all of them. But us as a plumbing company, right now, I don't have any plumbers that want to work weekends, that want to work Saturday, that want to work late. So it's really easy for them that they work 40 hours a week, just like anybody else. Yeah, we all need new blood. And Eric, that's why I'm doing the training that I'm doing, is to help people not just get in the trades, but get in the trades with a clear path to be a foreman, to be a superintendent, to be a lead man, to move up, to be a project manager, a director of operations, whatever they want to do. And that's why I do what I do. So thank you, sir. I thought that I had, maybe I already got it. I think I did already get it. Yes, I did. Beautiful. All right, back into the forum. I love it. Pete says, hey, man, I just signed up for getting into the trades. Number one, Pete, thank you very much. You're the first one that I know of. Pete says, now I like this. I'm not sure which trade I want to get in, but I want to be good. I want to learn to be the best tradesman. And by figuring out what trade to get in, is that going to make me enjoy it more? And I mean, man, think about that. If I was a concrete worker, I would not love my job. Don't get me wrong. I'd be about this big. My neck would be this big around from dealing with concrete all day. But look, did I love that? Yes. You want to be passionate about your work. I'm passionate about plumbing. If I was in concrete, I promise you, I would not be this passionate. Don't get me wrong. I love concrete workers, man. I think they do an amazing job, but that's not my cup of tea. So I love that. Shark Scraper in the house. Street Scraper 11. So true in all walks of life. Too many people spend all they have and even go in debt with no eye to the future. And look, the bad thing is, in Shark Scraper number 1, welcome. How you doing? I hope you're doing great. Here's what I want to tell you is, don't blame them. They weren't taught any better. Or else they just don't give a darn and then blame them. But my thing is, look, my parents didn't teach us how to manage money. So, those of y'all that weren't in here earlier, I already was saying earlier that when I started 2 companies before this one, and literally I would go out and work till I made $300, $400, $500, and I take off the rest of the day. I go spend it. And I go back in and do it again, go spend it. Go back in and do it again, go spend it. So I may make $1,500, $2,500 in a week, but come Friday afternoon, it's like, man, I may have to work tomorrow. And I hate to say it, but that's the way it was. But I was not taught finances. I was not taught budgeting. There's so many things I was not taught that, man, I really wish I would have been taught. And that's what I want to teach people is look, just because you are making $100,000 a year doesn't mean you can go buy whatever you want to buy. It means you have an opportunity to do good, but you also have an opportunity to invest money where you can make money. So to me, that's what it's all about. Falcor the dog says, hey man, just had my first date ever Wednesday. Do you have any tips for me as a greener than green apprentice? Well, number 1, Falcor, I don't know which trade you're in, but yeah, I talked about this a while ago. Number 1, don't ask the same question twice. When you ask a question, make sure you listen to the answer. Make sure you learn it and understand it. Another big one is, do not, whatever you do, give up on the trades. Because if you'll stick with it, if you'll keep learning, you'll do good. And you have an opportunity for growth here. I love that. Doctors and lawyers. Yeah, I'd rather have them owe me a favor. Boy, isn't that the truth? Rosie, thank you again so much. I do appreciate that. Street Copper 11 says, I've been on $1 billion jobs where we worked for 3 years. Yeah, 612s a week, and people will be broke by the end of the job. Street Copper, I've seen people, and it's funny because I went to talk to a company in Anaheim, California. I was there January the 1st, 2019, right before COVID happened, 2020. And the owner of the company was talking about, he's got a sales guy, said, this guy will have $6,000, $7,000, $15,000 checks. And he'll come in Monday going to the payroll department and say, hey man, look, can I borrow some money for this week? The dude doesn't even have lunch money. And he was just blowing the heck out of it. And that's why I really do. I want to get to where I'm in a position where I can teach people getting into the trades that, look, you can make good money, but you don't just have to blow it. You can invest it. Be a wise investor. Learn how to invest your money. Learn how to budget. Learn that when you make $100, this is how much goes to your home and your bills and your living. This is how much goes to food and groceries. This is how much goes to the church. This is how much goes here. What are you doing? And what can you do to get better at it? And when you make more money, do you need to just up all those numbers and spend more? Or do you slide it into another kitty and say, hey, you know what? I want to put more money in the investment box because I'm living pretty good. But if I put more in here, I can retire sooner if I want to, or I can retire and make more money. And guys, these are not things that I was ever taught. So I'm letting you know. Street Copper says millions. Guy Parent says, good job. Thank you very much. Holy Soap, how we doing? Cameron Rourke says, what is the best way to learn the codes and ADA codes in Texas? The codes are figure out what city you're in, figure out what the AHJ is requiring, the authority having jurisdiction. Are you using the UPC or IPC? They both got great study books. And then to learn the codes, you can actually go Google American Disabilities Act, get the codes, the standards, print it all up. I've actually got it on a notebook in my office. My Apple and spinning is spinning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I joined YouTube in 2014, but I gotta tell you, I didn't start really getting serious about videos till April of 2018. And I think if y'all go back and look, like if you go look at my oldest, there's one that says streamed, and it says 3 years ago right now. And that was actually the first computer. And I think it's, what things can a homeowner do? It's my first one. I left it up there. A flex pipe, really? Come on. Brian Alvarado. Baghdad Seda says, is it possible to be a plumber working in a company 8-hour shift and on the same time be an AutoCAD detailer on the side? Man, if you got time for it, abso-freaking-lutely. BirdTurd69 says, thank you for your response. Love your channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Ross Smith says, hey, Roger, have a toilet that will flush on its own. For some reason it happens, called a ghost flush. More when someone actually flushes it, as it is refilling, it will just constantly flush on its own. Any idea what's wrong? Yeah, you probably need to rebuild it. I've got a video out there. If you'll just break down my videos by the most popular, it's one called How to Stop a Running Toilet Guaranteed. I'm not really guaranteeing it, but I'm telling you everything to do. It literally, you can, it teaches you how to change the fill valve, the flush valve, the flapper. I mean, everything but the handle. So you'll be good. Squirrel Tune says, oh, I did put it all back together, but nothing worked. And I wasn't going to spend money buying a new plumbing faucet. Just took the rubber from the kitchen. There you go. Did it work then? I like that. CW says, Roger, how do apprenticeships work? I was told that basically, told that I actually don't have to keep track of my hours. Rather, I need to have 42 months in the apprenticeship to take the journeyman test. Does it depend? 42 months may be right if they're working overtime. Anything like that is possible. That's 3.5 years. And CW, it may depend on what state you're in. Here in Texas, it's 4,000 hours to take the tradesman, 8,000 for the journeyman. So that would be 24 or 48 months. But if they're working overtime, they can get in quicker too. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Jumped again. There we go. I love that. Hey, Roger viewers, make sure to like the stream and a super chat on top of it. Thank you very much. Bryce does something. I appreciate that. Let's see. I don't get questions. Squirrel Tune says, hey, Roger, do you know how a steam locomotive works? I know how, but I'm just curious. Well, if you know how, why are you asking? And yes, I do know. The steam builds up, creates pressure, and makes the wheels turn. Love it. Stephen P. All plumbers don't play around with waste. When I was a plumber, I did all new construction, never did one single service call. And that's it. And that's why I ask people, what kind of tradesman do you want to be? I've got a free mini course just right here on my YouTube channel, or a link to it. Matter of fact, it's probably in the description here. And literally, it asks about things like that. It's, do you want to build something or do you want to fix something? Do you want to do residential because you like being on the ground, or do you want to do high rise because you like being up in the air? Do you want to be on a job, the same job every day for a year or two or 3 or 4 or 5? Or do you want to be on 4 or 5 different jobs a day? because those are the opportunities that are out there. Love that. Ross, thank you again. I appreciate that. Nick Sperry says people need to learn a budget plan. Learn to budget and plan your money wisely. A spreadsheet is very helpful. It is, and Nick Sperry, I'm going to give them a link to a spreadsheet in there. But what I'm also doing is teaching them the breakdown. So they can literally come in and say, boom, this is how much money I've got. And that spreadsheet will say, this is how much you need to pay your bills with. This is how much you need to invest. This is how much you need to live on. This is, or tithe. This is how much you need to pay you first with. So, man, I love it. Mike King says, Roger, wondering why you transitioned from commercial industrial to service. Just discovered your channel. Awesome is all I can say. Number one, Mike King, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I literally started doing commercial remodel. Then I did residential. I ended up doing commercial. I ended up getting in service. I bounced around some different companies. I joined the union in 2017 and did nothing but big commercial jobs for 20 years. Almost 20 years. Wow. And actually it was over 20 years. Anyway, you know, the whole thing about it is I love service now because I love dealing with residential homeowners. There's a lot of shady, crooked people out there that we get to follow up all the time. And I got to tell you, I feel for people. But Mike, that's what I feel makes me qualified to teach people about the trades and the things I'm teaching. Look, I came in from open shop and moved up through the union. And I said more than 20 years. It wasn't. I got in 17. I guess I got out in 15. So, okay, 18 years, but I got 24 years of service. Here's what I'll tell you is the reason I'm trying to teach what I'm trying to teach is, number one, I bounced all around. So I have done commercial, residential, service, new construction, non-union, union, non-union, hospitals, industrial. And I think that I can answer questions to help people. But the thing is I also know what it takes to move up. And I have studied this and worked on it to try to put myself in a better position. And I do. I love it. Zach says, no matter what trade you get into, it's always smart to start out installing. And I don't disagree. I know some people that do get straight into service. I think it can go either way. I think if you're one of these people that study and learn, you can do repairs and understand how it's installed. But Zach, I agree with you. I think it's really good. Learn how to install it first, then it's amazing. Game 79 says, worst thing I did was live like a king when work was abundant. Always think about tomorrow and put something away to one side. And there's more to it than just that. And you're right. Put something away. But I mean, you've also got to invest in insurance. You know, or is your family going to be taken care of? If you get hit by a truck a month from now or a year from now, do you have things in place to help them? And to me, that's such a big deal. Hey, Roger, I'm a plumb bob and it's tough work. Some nut job put cement in a sewer line. Bet you never dealt with this. It was chaos. Love the beard. Can I kiss you? No. I don't know what a plumb bob is. I mean, other than the tool that I use, but I will tell you this. Yeah, I've seen people stick concrete in sewers, and we've covered that one too. You think you can be too old to start training as a plumber? 30 years is not too old, people. I'm telling y'all, you're the only one that can decide. Now you tell me if you're like, look, this is old. I'm tired. My body hurts and all this. And this is something else we're talking about in getting into the trades is, look, you got to take care of you. You have to learn to eat halfway decent. You have to get up and exercise. You got to get your butt up in the morning. You can't stay up all night drinking. I know, because I did it for years. You can learn from my mistakes. I promise I can help you out a little bit. Got to hit the shower, man. I am ready. I'm ready to get home and relax. I have been running. I'm ready to chill. And I love that. Christian Ligman says Local 11 gave a good financial class for first year apprentices. Gave it a lot of useful insight. And it's funny, Christian, because this is what made me think about doing this. I remember when I was an instructor in a union, when I had first year apprentices come in, I would always, get up and draw on the board and tell them, look, you're starting out right here making $34,000 a year. It's probably 30 at the time. But I would take that and say, look, over the next 5 years, you're going to get $15 in raises just for the scale increases. But also every year you're going to get a cost of living raise. And I told him, I said, look, if you can just put $1 up each year, starting on your next raise, and I'd extrapolate it out, you can have $1 million saved up in, like, I don't know if it was 25, 28 years, maybe 30. If you can put in 5 more years, you can turn that to like $7 or $8 million as a tradesperson. And that just blew their mind. But man, you really can. Zach Barrett's right. No, 30 is not too old. Nothing is. And you've got to decide what's too old for you. And I agree with him. The YouTuber says, what are the trades? The trades are plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, concrete, carpenter, glazier, flooring, carpet people, tile, marble, brick, stone, masons, all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, Caleb, I'm gonna mess you up here because and I love this. It says, "Hello, wondering if you were a teenager today, would you still go into the trades, and which trades would you go into after everything you've learned in your career?" I'd be a YouTuber. Man, I just saw that. That was cute. You know what? Me personally, if I got back in the trades, it'd still be plumbing. I do love what I do, and I think it's so great. I really do. Man, Shark Scraper is so good to see you in here, man. Jay Boisvert says, "Hey, Raj, I was at a resident's house yesterday, and let me tell you, this young lad didn't have a toilet. Somehow it had fell off the sewer line. Now that is crazy. And I'd love to see pictures of that on the subreddit. Roger Wakefield posts. The Nightbot may hear me and throw a link in there to it. I'm telling you, man, that would be cool. Yeah, when you start young, you got it made. Yeah. And Chuzenican, I'm going to tell you this. We don't have basements up here, but you've either got a vent clogged, you've got a leak somewhere. Not sure what it is, but yeah, you want to get that fixed. Lane Roy, congratulations. Says, I just graduated high school, start my job tomorrow as a plumbing apprentice, doing new construction on houses. I'm pretty nervous. Do you have any advice? Man, I've been answering that all day long, Lane, but yes, I do, sir. Here's what I want to tell you is, number one, show up on time, be dressed and ready to go. And if you ask questions, don't ask the same question multiple times. When you ask a question, learn it. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but don't ask the same question over and over. Try to make it easier on the people you work for. Says, I love toilets. I love it. Ezekiel Online, we're doing great. I know, Paul, I love that. 005 says, do you get vans through a fleet program or do you buy them outright with a bulk discount? I get them through a fleet program. Eli, I can't answer this question for you. All I can tell you is, look, I love plumbing. I mean, I really do. If you love roofing, if you're enjoying it, don't leave. All the trades are different for everybody. You've got to find something you can be passionate about and you really enjoy. Biddle says, what is this? Not sure what you're talking about, but we're live streaming. We are talking about getting into the trades. I've got a program. It's called Getting Into the Trades. You can go to the www, do https:// www.gettingintothetrades thetradezacademy.com/GITTNOW. And you can find out about it. And granola, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The very first module lists all the trades, talks about them, about how much money you can make, what prerequisites you need. Like, do you have to just be a high school graduate? Do you even need a high school diploma? So there's a lot of different things about it. So granola, man, good luck. Norman says, do greenhouses often need plumbing systems? If they have water or drainage in them, absolutely. Shark bite fittings reduce the internal diameter of the pipes you're connecting to it. And if I plumb it on the tub drop, will it cause shower rise? It can. Most shark bite fittings don't have a restricted flow path. I think their 90s are a little too sharp. My thing is, whenever I tell people about PEX, I always tell them to make sure they upsize for that reason. Michael Stelly says, hey, Roger, can you make a video or videos on Sloan valves, how to rebuild them and how to maintenance them? And there's not a lot of maintenance. You do just have to rebuild them. And that's something I'm actually working on here pretty soon. As y'all know, our Wednesday videos are sponsored by Ferguson, and Sloan is one of the customers that's reached out and said, hey, we want to do something with you. So we're looking forward to that. Stephen P says they need to bring back life skills in high school. And I love that. And I think I could not agree more. Texas literally just passed a bill in this last legislative session to make it where kids in high school can get hours credited towards their plumbing license. And I think that is phenomenal. Terry Bristow says, hey, Roger, found you about a month ago. Been loving the videos. I'm from the UK. By the way, my plumbing's a lot. Keep up the awesome commentary on crappy plumbing vids. Peace and love to you. Keep it happy. Man, look, I appreciate it. I'm always happy, man. I do. I love what I do. Everyone be asking their questions here when you got to write a question in the website. Well, you know what? I've been jumping back and forth, seeing what kind of questions I got. And trust me, I'd rather them put them all over in the forum, but we're doing it kind of a little bit different today because we're doing a launch, which to me is pretty cool. And man, this is a good one. Tom says, do you ask your customers if you can record your content in their houses? Absolutely. If it's anything where I'm showing anything that they wouldn't want anybody to see, oh, heck yes. Because I don't want them to see inside their house or anything like that. If I'm up under a house, it really doesn't matter. I'm never going to tell people where we're at or anything. That's pretty good, though. Squirrel Tune says his sink has 2 different traps. Yeah, I don't like it when they do that. An empty pipe in the wall holding it up, man, that's kind of crazy. All right, guys, it is getting about time for me to stop here. So, and I have answered all the questions over in the forum. Sound like Sean Scarfin, man. John P, good luck. And that's a tough one right there. But you know what? If you're learning something, if you're learning plumbing and you're going to have a van too when you leave, may not be bad. Sean McD going to plumbing school in the fall. Good for you. Mike King says, you remind me of my first journeyman, a little scary, no pissing around, and God help if you didn't listen to your instruction, man. Isn't that the truth? Have you ever decided to invest 8% of value in other construction companies like LeBron James and Shaq's? George, I would. My thing is, and this is part of what I teach, is you don't just invest money. I wouldn't invest just because it's LeBron and Shaq. Don't get me wrong, Shaq, I would probably invest anything in. He's got a lot of good businesses. He knows what he's doing. But one of the things I teach people is how to find people that know what they're investing in. So I like that. Thank you very much. And I'm trying to jump through real quick. YouTuber says, thank you for answering. Subscribe to Roger. Thank you very much. There's the link to the subreddit. Guys, if y'all have not seen what's going on over there, you need to. It is pretty cool. Asai Sosa, both. Yeah, Lane, bring your own lunch and breakfast, at least for a while till you figure out what's going on. Interview tomorrow to be an apprentice, 0 plumbing experience. Feel like nobody wants someone 0 experience. Made up my mind, want to get in the trade. Oscar, good for you. I would say go watch the videos that I have about going through the apprentice interview program. It can help you out. What I've learned is if you love your job, then it's not work. Steven, man, you are so right. All right, guys, I'm going to have to get out of here pretty quick. Here's what I'm going to tell you is, and there's a link to it right there. Here's the deal. I started this program and built this so that I could show people a clear path how to get into the trades. And it's from questions that I've been asked for years. So my whole thing is, if I can show somebody how to get in, the mindset to be the very best, if I can show them the things that they need to know to put them in a position to make more money, why wouldn't they do it? So that's why we started out with getting into the trades. I think that is so big, because if I can help people either out of high school, out of college, and right now is the best time. We're short 900,000 people in the trades right now. And for every 10 that retire, there's only 4 more getting in. If y'all know anybody that you think may be interested in the trades, may want to get in the trades, that has never heard of the trades or even understands what the trades is, guys, this is an opportunity for them. And for the next 2 weeks, we're doing a 50% discount. What I want to tell you is, this is the thing that's going to help them. It's going to show them what trades are out there, how to get in, how to get in the best position to do well. So I hope y'all like this. If you do, all I can say is, look, please share it with somebody. Let them know. I hope that it works great for them. I hope they love it, because I'm telling you, I do love what I do. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I do appreciate y'all being here. There's a link down below if you want to share this with somebody that you think this could change their life. Anyway, I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get lushed.